Last video I showed you how Bunnings, a company doing $19.6 billion in revenue, is leaving hundreds of millions on the table because their systems are broken. Today I want to show you the flip side. A company that actually gets it. A company doing things that most Australian retailers aren't. A company where small business owners watching this can steal every single one of their moves and use them tomorrow. I'm talking about Anaconda. And full disclosure, I am a mad fisherman and I genuinely love this store. But this isn't a love letter. This is a breakdown of exactly what they're doing that's working, why it's working, and how you can use the same playbook even if you're running a tiny operation out of your spare bedroom. Let's get into it. First, a bit of context on the size of what we're dealing with. Anaconda is owned by Super Retail Group, the same company that owns Super Cheap Auto and BCF. Super Retail Group reported revenue of around $2.2 billion in their last financial year. Anaconda sits inside that as one of the three core brands. They operate around 80 stores across Australia and have a growing online presence. They are not Bunnings, but they are serious. And what they're doing online is genuinely impressive compared to most Australian retailers their size. Let me show you exactly why. The club membership. The first thing Anaconda does that most businesses miss completely is their Adventure Club membership. Look at the product page. That tent is $199 at full price. Club members pay $99. That's 50% off. Now, some people watching this thinking, how does that make them money? They're halving their margin. Here's how it makes them money. To get that price, you have to join the club. And when you join the club, Anaconda has your name, your email, your phone number, your purchase history, your browsing behavior, and the ability to contact you whenever they want with deals, sales, new arrivals, and targeted offers. BCF does exactly the same thing. So does Chemist Warehouse with their club card. So does every smart retailer in the world. The discount is not a cost. The discount is the price they pay to buy your data and your ongoing attention. And your data and attention is worth far more over your lifetime as a customer than the margin they gave up on 110. For a small business, this doesn't have to be a formal membership. It can be as simple as give us your email and get 10% off your first order. Same principle, you're buying a customer relationship that you own forever. That list is an asset on your balance sheet that most small businesses never build. Cross-selling done right. Now look at what happens when you're browsing a fishing rod on the Anaconda site. Underneath the product, before you've even thought about buying, they show you other rods you might like. Similar products, related products, higher end options. You came in looking at one rod, now you're looking at four. This is called cross-selling and it works because the customer is already in buying mode. Their wallet is already open mentally. Showing them a related product at that exact moment costs nothing and converts at a significantly higher rate than any ad you could run to a cold audience. Amazon built an empire on this. Their customers also bought feature is responsible for roughly 35% of their total revenue. 35% from one feature. For a small business with an online store, if your platform doesn't have related products showing on your product pages, fix that today. It is the single easiest revenue increase available to you, and it requires zero additional traffic. The add to cart moment, watch what happens when you add something to the Anaconda cart. The moment you click add to cart, a pop-up appears confirming what you've added. But it doesn't just confirm. Right there, alongside the confirmation, it shows you more products you might want to add. You just decided to buy. Your buying intent is at its absolute peak. That is the single best moment to show you something else. Not before you decided to buy, not after you've paid. Right at the exact moment you click the button. This is the upsell moment, and most websites completely waste it by either showing nothing or just redirecting you straight to the cart. For small businesses, if you're on Shopify, WooCommerce, or pretty much any modern e-commerce platform, there are apps and plugins that add this exact feature in under an hour. The average order value increase from cart upsells is typically between 10 and 30%. On $100,000 in annual revenue, that's an extra $10,000 to $30,000 from one change. Now, here is the big one. The thing that separates smart operators from everyone else. When you go to your cart and click to checkout, look at what Anaconda asks you for first. Not your delivery address, not your suburb, not whether you want click and collect or home delivery. Your email address, just your email, nothing else. And here's exactly why that is worth potentially millions of dollars to them. Industry data shows that 70% of people who add something to an online cart never complete the purchase. They get distracted, they second guess themselves, their phone rings, they decide to think about it, and they leave. If Anaconda asks for your delivery details first like Bunnings does, and you leave without completing the purchase, they have nothing. You're gone. They can't follow you. They can't remind you. That sale is dead. But if they capture your email first, which they do, and you abandon that cart, they know exactly who you are and exactly what you left behind. And look at this. This is an actual abandoned cart email from Anaconda. You left something behind. Here's your fishing rod. Here's your tent. Click here and finish your checkout. Shopify's own data shows abandoned cart emails recover an average of 23% of lost sales. 23% of sales that would have been completely gone. For a small business doing 200,000 online per year, that same maths is $23,000 in recovered revenue sitting unclaimed if you don't have this set up. And the fix takes about 30 minutes on any modern e-commerce platform. Partnerships, the underused growth strategy. One more thing Anaconda does that most Australian businesses completely ignore. They run brand partnerships, Great Northern Beer, complementary outdoor brands, joint promotions where both sides bring their audience and both sides win. This is standard practice internationally, but in Australia, we have a culture of everyone keeping to themselves, everyone protecting their turf, everyone thinking that working with another business means giving something away. It doesn't. It means both of you get in front of a new audience that is already pre-qualified. Anaconda customers who love camping are exactly the kind of people Great Northern wants to reach. Great Northern customers who love the outdoors are exactly the kind of people Anaconda wants to reach. For small businesses, think about who else serves your exact customer but doesn't compete with you. A wedding photographer and a wedding florist, a personal trainer and a nutritionist, a bookkeeper and a business coach. You could be cross-promoting to each other's lists tomorrow and it costs nothing. The one thing holding Anaconda back. Now, I said this was about what they're doing right, but I can't in good conscience not mention this. Their site speed is a GTmetrix grade E. Performance score 47%. That is not good for a retailer of this size. The content is loading. The structure is okay at 73%. But the performance score is dragging everything down. Too many server requests, unoptimized images, outdated APIs, doing unnecessary work in the background. A 1.9 second LCP and 1.5 seconds of total blocking time means people on slower connections are waiting. And people who wait leave. For a company with their traffic volumes, even a 10% improvement in conversion from faster load times is a significant number. This is fixable. It's not a rebuild. It's optimization work that a good developer could address in a week. Here's the summary of what Anaconda gets right that you should be doing too. Build a club or loyalty program, not to give away margin, but to buy customer data and the right to market to them forever. Cross-sell on every product page. Your customer is already in buying mode. Show them what else they might need. Upsell at the add to cart moment. Buying intent peaks the second they click that button. Don't waste it. Capture email first at checkout. Before anything else, before delivery details, before suburb, just the email. Then run abandoned cart sequences and recover the 23% that would have walked out the door. And find a partnership. One other business that serves your exact customer and run a joint promotion. Both of you win. None of this is complicated. None of this requires a big budget. Anaconda does it at scale, but the mechanics work just as well for a business doing 200,000 a year as they do for one doing 200 million. The businesses that figure this out are the ones that grow. The ones that don't keep wondering why they're working harder every year and the numbers aren't moving. If you want me to take a look at your specific site and tell you exactly what's working and what isn't, link is in the description. It's free, no pitch at the end, just straight answers.